Hey guys, good morning. Susan's on here and Chris is on here. The early birds are up. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, right? I think it's Monday. Hey Shonda, how are you? I just feel like the days go by so fast. Sometimes I just gotta even question myself the day of the week. How's everybody doing out there? Did you guys have a good weekend? I'm gonna tell you, yesterday was so sunny and so beautiful here. We got out, we took a drive. You guys know we moved here last summer. We've been really busy the business, with the house and all the projects and all the stuff. And yesterday it was so nice. We got in the car and drove around to explore some new areas that we had heard about, but we've not had a chance to be there just yet. It was so nice. It's like you can feel that summer is in the air. We took the dogs for a walk. Did you guys have sunshine where you were? And my dogs didn't freeze. They actually saw grass. They were very, very happy. When you have little dogs, they get very concerned when there's snow or there's water. They won't walk over certain things. And so it was all good for them. Good morning, Jocelyn. How are you? So this morning I thought we would chit chat a little bit over a cup of coffee. And if you're new to this channel, honestly, we just start our days talking a little bit about business, something to be mindful of, something to keep in mind, help us stay focused on growth, and also just growing a community so that we can make friends here with other creative entrepreneurs, hang out, fuel your brain with something positive today, right? Hey, Candy, happy Monday to you. So I thought today I would touch on the topic of boosted post. Okay, so anybody out there have done boosted post? Did you do them before? Have you not done them before? When I say boosted post, do you know what I'm talking about? Basically, it's when you post on Facebook and you see that blue button, the big blue button that shows up at the bottom of something you've posted. And it says boost post, right? And if you ever wonder what that is, or even if you have been using the boosted post, I'm going to tell you like the three things that for me personally that I think about before I boost a post. Like it has to meet these three things. Like it's my telltale signs of should I boost or will I not boost it? Because that button comes up with pretty much everything that you that you're posting of your stuff onto your Facebook page. And the other way you see it is it comes across the top as well. And it'll say, your post is doing better than blah, blah, blah % of your other posts. Would you like to boost it, right? Chris says she's never done them. Nanette says no, but they ask all the time. Exactly. Absolutely. So basically, a boosted post is the difference between a boosted post and creating an ad in Facebook is that the boosted post already lives on your wall on your Facebook feed. Okay. You've created it, not in the background, and it runs somewhere like an ad that populates into people's feeds. It actually starts from your wall. So if a Facebook ad ends, it just disappears everywhere. Whereas with a boosted post, if you ran a boosted post and you've paid money to Facebook to get it to go more places, when it's done being boosted, it stays right there on your Facebook wall. Okay, so that's the biggest difference between them is that it originates from your wall, from your Facebook feed, or else in the back, right? That's the ad in the back, and you set it all up. Shonda says, I've done them with fair results. Absolutely. I think I'm going to go over, like I said, the three things that you should consider before you boost a post that will probably be in your favor if you choose to boost a post. If you've ever selected boost a post, it gives you three options. It basically tells you that you can boost it to your followers. All right. You're paying money so that more of your followers will see it. You can boost a post to your followers and their friends. So Facebook takes a segment out based on how much you've paid and how long you're going to pay for it to be boosted. All right. And it'll show it to your followers and their friends. Okay. Or there's one more option where it says that you can select like it gets more targeted, right? Like an actual targeted audience. So if you've been playing around in the ads manager, you'll come to know that you can set up target audiences, meaning that, okay, so Sonia, when you spend money on ads or boosted posts, if you have a target audience set up, like somebody that's more likely to, let's see, for example, so if I ran a page about animals and about cats and dogs, well, it's more likely that if I boost a post and do it targeted to people and go into my listings and select people who love, certain animal groups or pages on Facebook that are already devoted to animals, chances are my stuff might be more better served to them. So versus throwing spaghetti at the wall and just doing it to everybody, or just like think about to your friends, your followers and their friends might not be into DIY and painting and all that good stuff, right? So it just gives you a way. So there's 3 ways that you can do it on the back, like in terms of when you're on the back end, when you're selecting who do I want this boost to go to, and then you pay Facebook a little bit of money to go further, right? Do I think like people out there and they say the wah, 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 and I told you, I'm sorry, I'm just not of that mindset because you saw my reach, right? Right now it's almost 10 million. Do I believe that Facebook is dead? Organic reach, all that good stuff. Do I think that, oh my gosh, Facebook doesn't show my stuff to anybody? No, I don't for a second. I mean, if you think that, that's just your mentality. And I'm going to tell you, you better look at it with the rose-colored glasses because you have a platform that the majority of people who are on it, it's free. And all you got to do is learn to use it better. Okay. It's called strategy and understanding how a platform works, which is why you're in this group. And every morning we talk about things that help you get better at being on the platform. So, maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. This will be good right here. How you pair things up and how it makes sense, right? You just got to know how to work it. And so, yes, boosted posts can be good. Yes, ads can be good. And yes, I think Facebook's great as it is. I mean, yeah, it's gone through a lot of changes. I was thinking the other day that, and reading as well and thinking on it, that when Facebook first started, people would say that about the golden years, about how they post on Facebook and everybody would see it. Well, it was growing, right? Like there wasn't as many people on Facebook as there is today. It's a lot of people on Facebook. So when you are new to a platform, which use in your mind and think, this is why when new bells and whistles come out, we should hop on them because there's less people using them. Before a feature goes away, before more and more people are doing them. Live video has been around for a long, long time, all right? And I've been using live video since it first came out, which really helped my business because there weren't a lot of people doing it. A lot of people were nervous to do it, didn't know how to do it, right? I tell you guys in here, do it, please do it. There's still people out there that are still trying to, drum up their nervous energy to do it, right? So there's opportunity out there, and opportunity is going to come to those of us who go, it's not about me. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. I want my business to grow. My business is going to grow when I take myself out of my comfort zone and I go out there and I give and I serve my people, okay? And be memorable. Nobody's going to remember you if you're never on your page, all right? They might remember your logo if they ever get to see it, all right? But people who stand out in front of their business page are the people whose businesses are going to go faster. The businesses are going to go further, all right? That's a whole other topic, but nothing new to you guys. You guys have heard me talk on that before, all right? So get out there. But Facebook, when it first started, there weren't as many people on it as there are right now, right? So when you post a post out there, Facebook cannot physically show every single post on a feed of pages that people like and they follow. I mean, how are they going to fit all that into a feed, right? I mean, think about how many pages people could like, how many companies out there people could like. So you have to ask yourself, well, how am I going to stay in their feed, right? So when you put out a post, just remember, and just any post, just remember that Facebook has to pick the pages to customize for a feed for somebody based on their past interaction, all right? That's why engagement is so important. If somebody takes the time and you ask questions and, you have a two-way street conversation with people, remember, go back and watch that training in here if you missed it about asking questions. What happens, think about it, is Facebook goes, okay, all right, so Sonia interacted with this page, so I'm more likely to show this page in Sonia's feed than this one over here that she never interacted with. We have no history. We have no statistics to ever show that Sonia really wants this here, so we'll show this one. In the meantime, you're over here, and I really like that page, but they're not doing any lives. They're not, asking me questions. I'm not engaging with them, and therefore they disappear. And have you ever had that happen where you like a page, and then you're like, oh yeah, I haven't seen anything from them in a while. Like, whatever happened to them? And it might, you like them, the thought might cross your mind, and you go in and you look for them, and they're still there, but you've never ever seen their stuff, right? So it's really important for you to make sure that you are having conversations with your audience, that you're interacting back and forth, and you're learning how you can do that better, right? Stacy says, can you change your target audience later? Yes, absolutely. And remember, the rule of thumb is that if you're doing anything like that's a little bit more, you're going deeper than into your Facebook. It's not just posting a post and putting up a headline. Now you're going in and you're getting into, for example, targeted audiences. Where do you want to do that? On your laptop or on your desktop, because you're not going to see all the features on your mobile phone, okay? It is just a, it's an abbreviated version of your Facebook. So if you're going to spend money, make sure you do it, you pull it up on a on a laptop, so you can make sure that you're seeing everything that you need to see so you can make the best selections possible, okay? Good morning, Brenda. How are you? Sandy, sending some hearts. Okay, so the boosted post, I talked to you about the difference between boosted and the ads. Boosted is on your page. You have posted something, and now you have that blue button, all right? So that's what we're going to really go a little deeper into today, that portion of boosted post. Should you boost a post? Yeah, there's no reason why you can't boost a post, all right? I told you the main difference between them, and I told you the different selections that you can make when you boost a post, right? If you want to get more targeted so that you're spending your money just right, make sure that you go in and you do some targeted, you select a targeted audience that you've taken the time to set up. So a target audience could mean that I've taken the time to set up an audience that specifically, let's say, for example, if you only want to do business, or you only can physically even you can only physically do business in the US, then why are you going to show your stuff to other people around the world, right? So when you do a targeted audience, that's the kind of stuff that you can think about. So they love cats. Well, why am I just going to show my stuff why do I want Facebook to let my stuff go and be seen by people who love dogs, right? So you start to select stuff. You can start to select things like, for example, if somebody loves a place out there, right? Somebody who loves, I don't know, because I'm a thrifter, I'm a junker. So if there's people out there that love, Goodwill pages or Salvation Army pages or St. Vincent de Paul pages or whatever it is, fill in the blank, or Hobby Lobby or anything like that. Think about how those types of people might be better served because chances are would fit in my audience. One of the reasons why you hear boosted post is like, well, you shouldn't just do a boosted post. One of the reasons why it can go sideways is you have to ask, who is your audience made up of? Now, if you've built your following the right way, where you have super fans, you have people that you haven't bought likes from them, you haven't bought your followers, you've done it organically, meaning that people who are on your page truly love what you have going on. This is why sometimes when you go down the path of share trains or down the path of doing things where I'm doing a contest and I want people, share this post and like this page, and you might have a chance to win an RV or whatever it is. That's the stuff sometimes that can make your page go a little bit off. So if you are just having random people like your page that really don't like what you're truly selling on your page, what happens and what can happen is that when you go to pay money, you're not getting good results because you've got your page made up of people who don't necessarily love what you got. They just wanted a freebie, right? They just wanted something from you. So that's why you got to be really careful. Like that's one of the biggest things, and how boosted posts can not add up to, I'm spending this money, but why am I not getting sales? I'm spending this money, but why am I not seeing engagement? You have to ask yourself, how have I grown my page? Right? And you know that Facebook, I've already told you that Facebook only shows what you have going down to a sliver of the followers. So what happens with that sliver of the followers, because they don't show it to everybody, what happens if the sliver of the followers involve a lot of those people who really don't love what you do? You've just spent money, and it's going to people who were just there to win the RV, okay? So do you see what I'm saying? You have to be careful when you're growing your page and think about, for the long haul, it might get you some vanity likes. It might get you some things that make you feel like wow, my page is really rocking and rolling. But you should really be careful as you grow your page to think about, is this going to help me? Am I really growing this page with people who truly enjoy and love what I'm doing, right? So just always keep that in mind for the long haul. So it's not how fast you go. You could have 5,000 people that like your page just because they like your page, but they're never going to engage in your page. They're never going to really support you, all right? Or you could have 50 fans that are in love with you. And every time you put something out, you know what? It's really quick to go because it's made up of a bunch of people that love you so much, all right? Side note, but I just kind of wanted to explain that to you and a little bit more. So, because sometimes people get a little bit like, well, when you boost the post, it really doesn't do anything. So I have some more questions for you. How have you grown your page? And do you really have true followers on your page? Because that can mean a lot, all right? So boosted post in general, there's nothing wrong with boosting a post. So you can do it to the people, your followers on your page, your followers and their friends. It's just a little more wide, remember. Your fans are pretty wide because where do they come from? Your fans and their friends are pretty wide because their friends, just because they like it doesn't mean that their friends will. The best one I like to do is the select a target audience where, like I said, I go in a little bit further. So when I do a boosted post, I like to select a target audience. All right. It just helps me get closer to my ideal client. So when I am spending money, it's people that are more likely to like what I'm doing, right? Chris says, absolutely grow organically. Stacy says, I did it. It ended up with a handful of new followers. That's terrific. That means that you hit on the right thing. You got people who saw what you were doing and appreciated what you were doing. Bridget says, since excuse me, since watching you, Sonia, and taking all your great advice, I have gained 38 new followers. There you go. And when you do it the right way, there's 38 people in that room, in your virtual room. They showed up to your conference. All right. They are in there. Take care of them. Ask yourself, okay, now they're following my page. What can I do for them? What can I give back to them? Okay, so my 3 rules for when Facebook says, do you want to boost a post? Okay, number 1, I ask myself, is it smart to boost this piece of content that I've posted here? Does it go anywhere else or does it lead back to me? Meaning, why are you going to spend money boosting content that was not your content, right? You can't boost content that you share from somebody else's page. And you should never take somebody else's stuff and do the right save click and put in the link anymore, do any of that stuff, because then you get yourself into copyright issues. It's their material. So unless you have, Facebook, yes, gives you the ability to share stuff, meaning that I post something, you guys can hit the share button and share it over. But what we need to be careful of is we don't have the permission to rip something off somebody else's page and put it on our own, right? And then boost it for our own benefit. So be very careful of doing that. I want you to focus on not content, growing your page on somebody else's content, but on your own. So I ask myself, that piece of content that I have the boost button, the ability to boost it, is it mine? All right. Is it mine? It should be yours. So is it something that I posted that will mean that, people are going to find my website, that people are going to see what I do, what I customize in, what I'm really good at, whatever it is, and whatever field of work that we're doing, just make sure the piece of content that you're going to boost is going to help your business. All right. You want to make sure it is it's linking back to you. Don't spend money on something that you put on your page. Was it cute? Yes, or whatever, but it doesn't belong to you. So don't even put somebody else's stuff on your page. I just want to make sure when I say that you guys understand, there's a difference between sharing off somebody's page and doing it with a share button versus going to somebody else's page, doing a screenshot, putting it on your page. That's a no. Don't do that. Okay. Share right from their page if you're going to share it, or unless you have their permission and you've asked if you can use their photos and they give you permission to tag them or whatever it is that you do. Be very careful with that. So when you are looking at your post, all the stuff, like yesterday, I posted a before and an after of a vanity. That's an example of content that I own, that is mine. And if I were to boost that post, that's going to help my business, right? Because it's what I do, right? I am a paint company. So if I'm posting something that makes sense, it's my content, and it's going to directly help my business, then that is one of the things that I will consider. So is it your piece of content that's going to directly help your business? All right. Was it a post that you put up about a vlog that you just did, a blog as in a B, something that you wrote that you just put down? Was it a before and after that you did? Was it an example of some services that you offer and how great it looks right now? Those are directly going to come back to your bottom line. So the whole idea, think about in the ads world, the whole idea of doing an ad or a boosted post, but you guys just know a boosted post just comes from your actual wall versus going in and building it. It doesn't disappear. It stays on your wall. You just get it out to more people, more places. But the whole idea of doing an ad, the reason why people do ads, or I'm saying boosted posts, whichever, the reason why people do them is because it should come back to you. It should serve you in some way, right? We don't just want to spend money to spend money. So that's why it's important to really think about, does this make sense? Is this a piece of my content? Is this going to put my company in a good light where people are going to be like, okay, I should follow this guy, this girl, this business. It makes sense, right? So somebody puts an ad in the newspaper, right? The traditional way when you think about an ad, or on a billboard, they pay, oh my gosh, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? Think about the Super Bowl. How much money do they spend on an ad? Insane, right? Insanity. Why would somebody spend that much money for an ad? It's because it directly comes back to them. So they spend X amount of dollars for an ad, but the return on the ad, their company is now going to be memorable. People are going to want to take them up on whatever it is that ad was about, whether it was in the newspaper or on the side of the road. And what happens is they get more calls, right? So the plumber or whatever, the Roto-Rooter man that puts something on the side of the road, right? Whoever puts the business sign on the side of the road, their whole goal is they spent a lot of money to get that up there. But what's going to happen is all the passerbys are going to see it, and then it's going to come back to them because they'll get paid for more jobs, right? So if you got a billboard on the side of the road that has nothing to do with your business, is it really going to be well served for you, or are you spending money for no reason? So say it with me. Ask yourself, is this my content? And if I boost this content, is it going to help my business some way, some form, depending on the content, okay? Number 2, that piece of content that you're about to boost. Are you just boosting it to boost it, or is it a piece of content that is already proven that it's doing well? Don't boost something. I mean, if you put something out there and it doesn't do well, the whole idea of boosting it to make it like nudge further when already organically, like when you just put it on your wall and nobody likes it, obviously it's not performing well, right? Meaning that people are not liking it. They're not really taking to it. Maybe your photo wasn't the greatest photo. Maybe the way you worded it wasn't the best way to word it. People just weren't drawn to it. Sometimes you're excited to put something out there and you think it will do well, and then it does okay, but it doesn't do great, right? So if you're going to throw money at something, why not throw it on a post that already is doing well? So a post, somebody's loving on whatever you did. So say, for example, that vanity yesterday, all right, the before and the after. Let's say, for example, that's your post and you go in and you go, whoa, I'm seeing so much interaction on this post. Like people are loving, fill in whatever you put up on this post. And you can tell, right? Your gut is just like, there's more people on here. Like there's more comments on here. Look at the shares I got. That is awesome, right? Inside yourself, that would be a piece of content that you can boost, okay? Because it's already doing well. So imagine if you pay to get in front of a few more people, it should do even better, right? Because it's got that proven track record, which leads us into number 3, all right? Don't boost a post right away. So I just said about making sure it's yours, it's doing well. Well, how do you know if it's doing well? You've given it some time to let it do its thing organically, all right? Hey, if you want to throw money at Facebook every day, that's awesome. If you have the money to throw it at Facebook every single day, but be smart about your money. I don't know about you, but as a business owner, I've always grown my page with being careful with making sure that the dollars that I put somewhere is my best use. I don't need to have the biggest, I don't need to have the best of equipment. I just need to be, use your money wisely so you can go further before you spent so much money that now you can't keep your business doors open. So don't boost a post right away until it's yours, it's doing well. Well, in order to know if it's doing well, you got to give it some time. So that post that I talked about yesterday, if I wanted to use that as an example, I posted it about 24 hours ago, okay? Before and after of something. But I'm not even considering in my mind if I'm going to boost it yet, because to me, that's still relatively new. I'm not somebody that will boost a post even after hours of it being up. I'm talking like days of it being up, okay? So rather than paying Facebook, I'm letting it run through the organic reach, just the basic free reach that Facebook will give me. And a lot of times, you just never know what can happen to a post sometimes without even a boost, right? That people are just loving on what you're doing. It can gain traction itself, but that is going to be a great thing. So when you see it rolling, it's starting to roll down the hill and it's picking up speed, right? And you can tell that based on this post compared to other posts, like, wow, it's really standing out, like it's really doing well. Let it do well for a bit and then boost it to like, just give it an extra nudge, okay? It's like the swing is already going, all right? The swing is not just sitting still and you're paying to push it. Make sure the swing is moving, all right? And then let it go. And then you're like, whoo, I wanted to go higher. Give it a little boost, all right? And push it a little bit more. But make sure it's got momentum before you pay to put money down on it. And when you do pay, it's up to you, whatever budget you want to set and how many days you want to do. But even if you try it like with $5 or $10, if you ever want to just experiment to kind of see where it goes. But there are people out there that spend a ton of money on ads, okay, and things that help them get their content in front of people. The whole idea is knowing that, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, there are people that I've heard about that spend $50, $100, $1,000 on ads, thousands of dollars on ads, knowing that the whole idea is if you have a great piece of content that you're paying to get to more people, that people will see it and that it's going to come back to that business. I mean, they're going to make more revenue than what they paid out on the ads, right? So when you get really good at understanding and paying to play, it can really serve you. But if you're just hitting that boost button with no strategy and no understanding behind it, that's when you're spending money probably for no reason. One of the conversations that we had in here is a conversation where I told you guys about, or I said to you guys, is your reach being held back because you're doing this without realizing it? Do you remember the whole chat we had? And I shared with you guys and read to you from Facebook how it feels about images that have a lot of text on it. Do you guys remember the statistic, the ratio I told you of what Facebook looks for on an image of whether it has too much text or not? If you have not, I'm going to tell you, go back and watch that video and get caught up. All the stuff that I teach you guys in here all comes hand in hand. So now you know that tidbit of information that I shared with you guys, right? When you're posting and when you're doing an ad. So when you're doing an ad, if your ad does not meet Facebook's overall policies, rules, standards, and that was one of the standards, you're going to boost a post and pay money on it. And your post might not go as far because you've got too much text on your photo, right? So that's why I say when you know all those little things, you can be smarter now when you're paying to play, but you don't have to pay to play. But when you do want to, and you want to up your game a little bit, and you want to know every business has an advertising budget, right? That's very normal for a business that's out there to pay to take ads out or to sponsor stuff. In a way they're getting their name somewhere else, right? Everybody has a marketing budget, and as you grow your business and you get into now you're making money and you're trucking along, make sure. Maybe at the end of 2020, or maybe you already have it right now. Think to yourself, okay, maybe I should like put a little bit away for a marketing budget. Or when you sell something, okay, I sold that buffet that I just painted and redid, or I sold that house. I just had a great night doing paint parties. I'm going to take a picture at that paint party. I've just collected the money from all these people who paid to be here. They had a wonderful time. I'm going to take a picture of what they just did. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to post it on my wall. I'm going to let it run out organically. It's my contact. It's my content. It's directly going to help my bottom line. If I boost this, I boost it out after it's, had a chance to run organically. And what do you think happens? That little bit of money that you pay on that now goes into front of more people. And what happens with that piece of content? People sign up for more of your paint classes that you have coming up in the future, right? So that money comes back to you. So when you learn how to use it, it can kind of come full circle. You are welcome. Thank you very much. First time catching you on the channel, been enjoying all your videos, and thank you for all the valuable information you are sharing. You're welcome. Enjoy it. It's there. It's all the stuff that I wish people would have told me before I like spend money on stuff and had to learn myself. I am a serial learner, and I'm happy to be able to talk with you guys and help you guys grow your business as well. And like I said, I just wish that this is the stuff that somebody would have helped me educate. And instead of crying in the corner because Facebook's not working, understand that maybe you're just not working it right? a lot of times, or sometimes, we can blame on others. It's easier to blame other people or blame social media, right? And all these things without looking at ourselves first and going, was it user error? All right. Could I be better? I don't know about you, but the person I'm in competition with is myself, always trying to be a better person than I was yesterday, a better business owner, and just, always learning and moving ahead. Lisa, how are ya? Very nice. I'm glad you're on here this morning. Don't tell me how warm it is in Florida, because I'm going to get upset. All right. At least we got sunshine here today. So yeah, those are the 3 things. All right. I'm just trying to think, should I add anything else as we conclude up this chat today? So the 3 things that you should consider when you do a boosted post, the difference between a boosted post and an ad, the whole idea of, having some ad money for yourself set aside so you can do some extra marketing and how it would serve you to come back. I mean, I know it's a lot to digest, but start thinking about that. And the next time you're tempted to hit the boost button, ask yourself, does it meet those 3 pieces of criteria that we talked about today? Or am I just wasting my money and maybe I just need to go ahead and use it on something else, okay? I love it when you guys chat with each other. That's good. Absolutely. Talk with each other while I'm going live. Please get to know each other. Go support each other's pages. And only 56, Lisa says. And go give each other some love, because it can mean a lot when you have support, right? That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this group, is so that you're not alone. And when you have friends that support you, it means a lot. When you see a familiar face and you're scared to do things like going live, like we talked about when we started here today, right? Just knowing that somebody's there and they got you. They're on your team, right? They want you to win. They want you to succeed. Good morning, Jan. How are ya? So I think that's everything I wanted to say today on the whole thing of boosted post. If you guys have any questions, we're going to continue to talk about more stuff, go deeper with any topic. There's a million gazillion sides to it, but I try to do it one thing at a time so it makes sense to you guys and all the pieces come together. There's no way. Like I say, you're going to get to the end of 2020. I'm going live in 2020 every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whenever humanly possible. And there's no way, if you're watching all my videos, you're going to come out the other side of this year and not being smarter and more strategic in your business. It's just impossible. You can't if you're doing the work and you're listening. So make sure you catch up on them. And hopefully you saw that tutorial that I put out yesterday for you guys on Trello. It's a free app you can use in business and to help organize yourself. And I gave you some examples of how to use it, but you guys could have Trello up and write down all your future goals and stuff that you want to work towards in your business, right? So if you feel like you're writing on a million gazillion pieces of paper and they're just everywhere, put it in one place and get yourself organized. So that way you can pop out the end of 2020 feeling like, because if you're like me, you think about something, but your brain, because we're wonderful, creative, we got creative brains, right? We got come up with lots of ideas. We can talk about a lot of different stuff. Our brain can go a ton of different places. And then you can say to yourself, oh yeah, just like me trying to remember what day of the week it is. Oh yeah, right? What was it that I said I was going to do? I had a good idea, but I completely forgot it. So go back and look at that one from yesterday. It's free and it might really help you out in your business as you think about for the future, things that you need to write down. Candy says, another day of competing with myself. Isn't that the truth, right? That is it. How can we be better? It's all progress over perfection and learning. Thank you for the hearts and the monkeys. All right, and the thumbs up too. Thank you, Kim. So make sure you, if you enjoy this video and if it's helped you, would you take a moment to give it a thumbs up? Leave me a heart, leave me a comment if you haven't already done so. And if there's somebody out there struggling in their business, invite them into the group. Tell them to come hang out with us. The more the merrier, so we can all chat and help and just chit chat. And makes it much more fun when you got a bunch of people hanging out, right? So tell them to come over. They can learn some great things. Maybe they're wondering about a boosted post as well. And should they even do it for their business? Is it worthwhile for them to spend the money or focus on other stuff right now? Or when are you ready to do a boosted post? All that good stuff. So if you take a moment to share this video, just hit the 3 little dots up above or down below. There's down below the video here, and it'll say share video. And yeah, it's free. So why not, right? Positivity and good business tips. If you need some, this is the place. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you leave me any questions, I'll go through the transcript here. You can do that, by the way, when this video ends. Did you know that? If you go back to the video, hit the 3 dots on YouTube, and it'll say show transcripts of the live video. So when you're rewatching something, you can see what people are saying. So if you hear me talk about something, the chat transcript is always there. All right. Okay. Take care, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a good one and do something that moves your business forward today, something that your future self will thank you for. See ya. Bye.